Garfield would be going bananas for this. Fun fact, cats do have a taste for cheese in real life.
I got the good life.
This cat shit makes the 2000s live action Garfield duology look like masterpieces. Well, the day has arrived. As most generously requested by my good pal Frozen Wish Studios, this rant is to oblige you, buddy. If you want to see me lay into Garfield or Garbage Field, you are not gonna be disappointed, trust me. So, the Garfield movie or the Garbage Field movie, directors, if you can even call it directing, by Mark Dinnell, and is the 2024 animated adaptation of Garfield. The Garfield movie tells the story, not that there is any story of Garfield, a pampered kissy voiced by Chris Pratt, and he and his dog brother Odie are showered with love and affection by their owner, and until one day Garfield's biological father Vic, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, reunites with him and recruits him to go on a heist for a mastermind Kitty who his father was once in league with Jinx, and yeah, I know what you're all thinking. Why am I talking about the plot of Kung Fu Panda 3 when I should be talking about the plot of Garfield? Because the Garbage Field movie literally took the reuniting with the long lost father storyline out of Kung Fu Panda 3's script and executes that premise as lazily as you can possibly imagine. So yeah, the Garbage Field movie, I rightly skipped in cinemas, saved my money in May for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes instead, and my and uh, my God, I have never well like been a Garfield worshipper. I mean the cartoon comic strip is well whimsical and entertaining enough, and I am a cat lover. But as someone who has owned like four cats in my lifetime, and my aunt's family have five cats in their home, but why? What is it with cats getting shitty movies these days? First, Nine Lives in 2016, then 2019's Cats, and now Garbage Field. I mean, the 2000s live action Garfield movies, where Garfield was voiced by Bill Murray, sure, they're nothing to write home about, but the Garbage Field movie makes them look like Citizen Kane. Like they are more Garfield movies than this will ever be. And this cat sick that was thrown up right from the Kissy's hairball. It's coming out literally 20 years after the 2004 Garfield. Similar to this year, we got a version of Mean Girls 20 years after the original. But while Mean Girls, well, had a good movie this year, the same cannot be fucking said for Garfield. It is extremely hard to think of any positives for the Garbage Field movie. Like, only kids who are no one above the age of 2 will enjoy this. And even in the credits, when they play, cat flicks videos, which are just like You've Been Framed style videos of cats just doing a bunch of comedy skits. I mean, yes, the cats are cuties, but that is lazy. That they uh, uh, did that they just put a bunch of already existing videos in the credits and didn't make much effort with the credits at all. On the negative side, woo! I mean, this is everything wrong with modern animated cinema. Like, plot is fucking garbage. It is, well, the uh, corniest, most childish and play it safer babysitter fodder plot so you could have possibly picked for a Garfield motion picture of a Garfield reuniting with his long lost father, like Poe reunites with Lee in Kung Fu Panda 3, and they need to go on a heist and need to stop this villain and and the film, of course, puts comedy way above heart. Who the fuck cares about the father and son bond between Garfield and Vic? I'm sorry, but Garfield's owner, who found Garfield at the restaurant when he was a kitten by offering him pizza, he's more Garfield's father than his biological father ever will be. And I'm sorry, but Chris Pratt is a pants Garfield, and this is his worst vocal performance for an animated movie I've ever seen. Say what you want about his voice work as Mario last year, but at least he was trying in that. So here, he clearly does not give a fuck about his voice acting and is just doing this to get paid. He knew this was going to be cat shit. So, in fact, all the voice actors knew what they were starring in was a waste of time. Even Samuel L. Jackson sounded extremely bored as Vic in this movie, and Nicholas Hoult voices a character, but I could not remember who he voices for the life of me. Odie is practically a nothing character. At least in the 2000s live action Garfield movies, they did develop the sibling like bond between Garfield and Odie. Here, Odie is just a running gagger who's there to look cute, but there is no substance with him. The fact that there are hardly any female characters in the cast, and yet the main antagonist is a villain. This is one of the most sexist and pro-male and anti-female animated movies I have seen in a long time. Fuck you, movie, for villainizing all the females in this film. I'm sorry, but I can't see any female fans of Garfield gravitating towards this piece of kiddie crap, and the humor is bull crap. The the gag of Garfield just being a cheeseaholic and having cheese every single day of his life. I mean, so do I, to be fair, but it loses its fucking charm when we hear it in every fucking scene. They drill the jokes into your brain. Yeah, I feel so bad for any parents whose kids dragged them and forced them to pay to see this in theaters. Watching this cat's shit is well, the stench of rotten and out of date cheese. It stinks that bad. The animation style gets a big fat thumbs down from me. I'm sorry, but I get that it's trying to look like the cartoon comic strip, but it's looks illumination bad. That there is not a single shot in this movie that you can call visually stunning. I ain't buying that this movie had a $60 million budget. It looks uh, like one of a. It looks like the cheapest animated flick of the year, and people have the nerve to criticize Wish's animation. I'm sorry, but Wish looks uh, uh, universe is more beautiful than this. And Jinx, yeah, I don't really see her as that evil a character. So why make her the villain? And her dog henchman, these buff bulldogs, they look way more funny than they do brooding and intimidating. And yeah, and the fact that Jinx gets community service. I mean, does she really deserve that sentence? If anyone deserves to be punished, it's Garfield's dad, Nick, for neglecting his son and leaving him for all those years and only showing up in his life now. So overall, that the garbage field movie sucks. It is the number one worst and laziest attempt at a Garfield film. I give the Garfield movie 0 stars out of 5. Fuck this kissy Lissa. Well, what a uninspired piece of animation. Cats deserve better than this, I must say. But thank you, Frozen Wisher Studios. I mean, we both called it that this movie would suck ass, and uh, we guessed correctly with that 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. Well deserved. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. And what are your thoughts on the Garfield movie? Did you at least have a good laugh with this, or did you uh, wish you could walk out of it early like I did? Please comments and let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I share my top 5 best and worst movies of summer 2024. I may skip most disappointing this year because there were barely any that did fall short of my expectations. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.